Why don't guys take me serious and want to date me? Because they want more than a pretty face and a headache. Modern women complain about not being taught how to cook, but the thing is, nobody taught you how to play the skin flute, but you sure did figure it out. I got a banger from men only. Let's get straight into it.
People okay? Like, when did being single become like a disease? I'm so confused. Quick little rant. Yesterday I went to one of my friends' little outings, and all of the girls there, there's about like 8 of them that are married, and one of them had a kid or whatever. The entire time, I'm not shitting you, the only thing that was discussed between the women were like their husbands, their married life, their in-laws.
Yeah, what else are they supposed to talk about, dude?
Stupid.
They're not in the streets.
She's a runner, she's a track star.
You are.
And I'm just sitting there and I'm like, I'm single, obviously, just to put that out there. And there's nothing wrong with being married, but like, is that like what your whole personality becomes? And it's just so strange.
Your entire personality has become being single. Did they not realize this, dude?
It's like they were pitying me, and they're like, oh, it'll happen for you. And I'm like, girl, it could happen for me if I wanted it to. Like, I'm not sitting here crying about it. Like,
You're a liar!
I'm actively choosing not to get married.
No. It doesn't just magically happen for you. In chat, put a 1 in the chat if you agree with this. Men control access to relationships. Women control access to sex. So if you're not in a relationship, it's because no guy wants to cuff you.
Because every married person I know is not happy, or like, that's just not the life I want for myself right now. Like, why is that the end all goal? Like, are men just sitting around talking about their wives the entire time? And like, it's just so strange. And the pity is the thing that I hate the most, because it's like no one's asking for it. Like, even one of their husbands looked at me and they're like, oh, how old are you? And I'm like, oh, I'm almost turning 30 or whatever. And he's like, oh, that's fine, you have a couple of years. And I'm like, what's gonna happen in a couple of years? Like, am I gonna just like, is there gonna be something on my forehead that says expired? Or like,
I mean, you're pretty much close to it already.
Shots fired!
Geriatric pregnancies at 35, and if you was in China, you'd be a leftover woman. I think, what is it, past the age of 28, chat?
what does that even mean? Like, what a strange thing to say. Like, we need to normalize people being single. And
No. I hate this. We need to normalize. We need to normalize nuclear families. That's what we need to do that. We need to normalize it. There's a reason it's not normal. So you don't need to normalize it.
not looking at it like a bad thing. It's just the wildest thing to me. Like, I don't understand it.
If you were
Rebecca, can we get a little bit more wind in the phone there?
single and in your 30s, this message is for you. I am almost 44 years old, engaged to a wonderful man, and I was single from my early to late 30s. Last week, I posted a video stating what will my almost 44-year-old self, engaged, tell my single 34-year-old self, and the video took off. Thousands and thousands of comments. I was humbled, I was overwhelmed, but I was also not surprised. Most of the messages were from folks in their 30s who are single, who felt seen. They felt heard. I got a lot of thank yous in that video, and a comment that kept surfacing, which was, please keep sharing because there is not enough information about dating and relationships for people in their 30s. And that got me thinking, and yes, I agree. The way society is set up, in your 20s is when you are quote unquote supposed to be doing things like...
Yes, 100%. I can already tell where this is going. Yeah, as a woman, you're supposed to try to hunker down, dude. You're supposed to try to be ready to sell by the time you're 27. By the time you're 27, you should be trying to sell. You know, as you get older, it gets harder. You know, 27 is time to sell. You know, 30, 50% off. 35, you know, you're at the you're at the outlet malls. 40, you know, you're at Salvation Army. 50, Goodwill. 60 plus, you're a free sample at the mall. Like you ladies got a little time clock on this, whereas us guys, we don't really hit our peak until, you know, like mid 30s, early 40s. Did you know that Brad Pitt in Troy, he was 38? George Clooney in Ocean's 11, 38. Like, some of these guys that are hitting like their physical peak is like 38 years old. Do you think women are hitting their physical peak at 38? No.
How about no?
Women are not hitting their physical peak. Y'all got that physical peak like 18 to 24. Use it wisely.
Most toxic thing that has ever come out of my mouth, but I'm just gonna say
Is it the most toxic thing that's ever gone in your mouth?
Shots fired!
it because I know for a fact that there are other women who are sharing this same sentiment as I am. So I'm going to speak for all of us. My love life is so dry right now. In fact, my love life has been dry since September of 2024. So we're going on a year.
Bro, that's such a sad statement. Like, when women can't get men's attention, men are just so biologically wired to procreate and try to be with women. And you're telling me you can't get no man's attention? What this really tells me in chat, put one in the chat if you agree. What this really tells me about her is this more than likely what comes out of your mouth. It's your attitude, it's your personality, it's who you are as a person. Because a lot of dudes will overlook a girl who's mid, and as long as she's pleasant to be around and she's peaceful and she can be your peace and she's fit, feminine, friendly, cooperative, and submissive, like, we're cool with all that. 3s and 4s will get wifed up in droves just from being pleasant to be around. But what men don't want to deal with is when the 4s and 5s think they're 8s and 9s, and then we're having to deal with the headaches that an 8 or a 9 would have. No. Baby girl, you're mid at best.
Here, I am actually at a point where I think I'd rather be in a situationship. Yes, I said it. I think I would rather be in a
She's a runner, she's a track star.
situationship than be this single and bored. That is saying a lot because I feel like I have done all of the healing work that a person can do in their lifetime. I've done all the right things. I
love it. It's never her fault. You gotta love this.
Chosen peace first above all else. I've spent time alone. I have learned to enjoy my time alone, and sometimes I enjoy it a little bit too much. But I don't know. At this rate, it's like, if I'm not at least going to find someone to be in a committed relationship with, at least I can still get something out of a situationship. Like, at least I can...
You can at least get your cheeks clapped.
Still get some excitement over a situationship that
You know
is...
how desperate that is? A woman begging for a situationship? Lord have mercy. The streets are calling.
gonna last. Because at least when you're in a situationship, you have this idea that, okay, maybe things are going to go further. You at least can picture a future with someone. You're living in a fantasy world, and I like living in that fantasy world, okay? That is a little bit more exciting than me sitting here and, quite honestly, every day just being like,
Stupid.
is this what it's come to? And just questioning, like, will it ever be my turn? Is it ever going to happen for me? I don't know. I'm just really tired of being in this place where there's like absolutely no one. And I've only been in 2 situationships in my entire life. Like, really, I've only been in 2, and they were the worst time of my life. Like, they
But you want more of that? You realize how dumb you sound?
Stupid.
ruined me. They made me sick. They made me like get to the worst place I've ever been in my life. But at least when I was in a situationship, I felt like there was hope. I felt like there was at least someone out there that could fulfill something within me. And that something is just that feeling of closeness that you simply cannot get with a platonic friendship or a platonic relationship. So that is where we're currently at. We are at the point where we would honestly prefer a situationship, just a little something that can bring us some excitement.
Baby girl, you sound so desperate.
Shots fired.
Just a situationship. I'll just take anything at this point. I'm really just grasping at straws, like, alms for the single woman, alms for the single women. Please pay attention to me. That's what it sounds like.
It was about the FOBC videos. Okay, those videos for some reason only reached men. And they were meant for the girls. Okay, they were meant for the girls to just give them a little push in this whole dating thing of, you don't have to be stuck on these dating apps.
Why is it all these single women are like, it's okay, queen. You don't have to be stuck, I thought maybe somebody would resonate with this message. Why is it always that?
Dating apps work for you, that's great. But if they don't, you could, just spark a conversation. They were really meant for the girlies. And I am sad to report, it literally reached, I think the percentage, like the analytics were like 96% of men. So that defeated the purpose.
It wouldn't matter if it was...
I don't even know what video she's talking about, but I almost bet you it was dumb.
Stupid.
Ain't that right, Loki? I've fallen at work and been injured. Oh, wait. I should call my lawyer.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan.
Hey, John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. It's Levi Nichs of YouTube. Can I get some cash, please?
Morgan & 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 Morgan.
Did you know that your injury could be worth millions of dollars? Morgan & Morgan is the largest injury law firm in America, and they've recovered over $20 billion for their clients. $20 billion? That's a lot of cash. The insurance companies tried to lowball me, but Morgan & Morgan was able to take my pain and suffering and turn it into cold, hard cash. It's almost a good thing I was injured. But wait. How much is Morgan & Morgan gonna cost me? You never owe them legal fees unless they're successful. So it's completely free unless you win? Yeah. Hiring a lawyer? That sounds like really difficult. It's actually super easy. You can just go to their website, and in a couple clicks, you can find out if you have a case. And you can literally do it from your smartphone. And remember, there is only one Morgan & Morgan. Wait, but it's two names though. How is it? Give me the script. Oh, both their last names. Okay, I get it. Okay, roll it. You can start your claim today by going to forthepeople.com/Levi, found in the description below. So if you're injured, you can trust Morgan & Morgan. Y'all know what time it is. Loki. Free. Boy. God, he ran over there so quick.
Big bag, big bag.
Goodness gracious, dude. Were you hungry, brother? There's quite a few of these clips. I want to keep jumping into them, so we're going to stay on this topic instead of jumping into the Twitter.
I feel like a guy that goes down for his own pleasure is so rare these days. It is like a unicorn. And when you find...
Dude, I say if she's a rando, do not lick her blando, you know what I mean? You don't go south to mouth for a girl you're just bucking for the first time, bro. Like, bro, you can't be doing all that. That's nasty.
One, you hang on to them for dear life. You... Put a ring on it. Put a ring on that man.
You can't put a ring on a man, dude. Are you dumb?
Stupid.
If he is doing it for his own pleasure and he loves that you love it, never let him go. Don't even let him out of your side. Us girls we can sense that. We'll jump on that straight away.
What the was that, brother? Huh? You're just looking for a dude that likes to munch.
Going into someone who's hoping you...
You're just looking for a munch. That's all you're looking for. Bro, I bet there's a lot of guys that do it.
Say this because I've heard it too many times and does my absolute head in. If you message a man or woman, but I'm going to say man. If you message a man, pretty much asking what their intentions are and saying, you know, are you looking for something casual or are you looking for something more serious? And they say one of two things. I'm going with the flow.
That's a good one.
Or let's just see how this goes.
That's also a good one.
He's shopping.
Duh, baby girl.
Shopping. And you, my love, are on the clearance rack.
Ooh, there we go.
He should date within his budget.
You're within the budget, though.
Shots fired.
And what I mean is...
how you gonna be dead alone? How you gonna be straight up alone telling people to shop in their budget? Baby girl, you got nothing. You got nobody. Telling guys to shop in their budget. Baby girl, you're in the budget. You ain't got no man.
My point after this being, if you're going to date someone, if you're going to talk to a woman or talk to a man, set your intentions straight away.
Yeah, queen.
Let them know, I'm not looking for anything serious. I just want to date casually. Okay, sure. Then
why, dude? Here's my big irk with this, because if you tell a woman off rip, I'm looking for something really serious, she's gonna think it's an ick. She's gonna go, he's really desperate. You always have to play it cool. You always got to play it nonchalant, because as soon as you say I'm looking for something, you know, I'm looking for my wife, you know, girls aren't gonna be vibing that at all. You got to say I'm just looking around, because it gives you a sense of leverage to put yourself at a higher place on the scrotum, the totem pole. If you tell a woman that you're looking for your wife right now, you're going to scare her away. Chat, put a one in the chat if you agree. Women get irked by that. That's an ick. Guys that want to take things really serious because they see you as lesser than when you're saying, I want to look for a wife. A woman wants to find you as a husband. You shouldn't want to find her as a wife. She needs to see you as this is the man I need to be with. I gotta have him. I need to pull out all the stops. That's why I say I think a woman should love a man more than a man should love a woman for it to actually last. A lot of people disagree with that. Chat, do you agree with that? That a woman should love a man more than a man should love a woman in a relationship? And here's why. Women are hypergamous biologically, instinctually. They want to know they got the best. They sit at the finish line and they pick the winners. So that's why you see most women that do get married, they don't go, yeah, this is my bum of a husband. He don't do nothing. He's always been a bum. He was a bum when he skeeted at me back in the day. He's still a bum today. Like, no. Most women that get married are like, this guy was better than me. And even all the guys she used to buck, the exes, she used to think they were better than them. Because I believe that women sleep with men because they see them as a potential partner, whereas men will sleep with a woman just because they want a different flavor. I want my Baskin Robbins. I want my 31. You know what I mean? Because men sleep with who they can. Women sleep with who they want. Shubba and I should have bought a Honda, put it on a t-shirt. Women wait at the finish line. They pick the winners. It's as simple as that. And these women right here are talking about being selective and things like that. It's like, baby, you're not the one getting chose. The men are doing the choosing. Because the thing is if he's good enough for you, he's good enough for a few. Put it on a t-shirt, dude. Put it on a freaking t-shirt.
And it's up to you whether you stay or leave. If a man says, I'm actually looking for something really serious and you're...
Well, it looks like you chose to leave and that's why you're still alone.
Flawless victory.
Not. Bye. Nice to meet you. Goodbye. Doesn't hurt so much when you ask straight away and when you get it out of the way straight away. Doesn't hurt, doesn't feel like you've lost anything. But when you've been talking and you're like, I don't even know what this guy and I are doing and blah blah blah, and then you go and ask, his response, if it ain't the one you want, is gonna hurt you. It's going to hurt you.
Yeah. It's the quote I have with expectations. When expectations get set and then they don't get met, people get upset. Shubba should have bought a Honda, put it on a freaking t-shirt.
So get it out of the way early. And if he says those things like, oh, I'm just going with the flow. Well, I don't go with the flow. I need to know where this is going. What's your intention? What's your end game? You know what I mean? Everybody knows their end game. Yes, they do.
No, they don't. That's a lie.
You're a liar!
When I was 18, I didn't know the end game. I just knew I wanted a lot of money. I just knew I wanted to be in the entertainment industry. That's pretty much it, dude.
They might not know what they want right this second, then he shouldn't date.
Wow, that's a good one.
But every man and every woman knows that, yeah, I'd love to get married and have a family. Yeah. And that's what I'm looking for. Because I'm in my mid-30s.
Ooh, geriatric pregnancy.
Gotcha, bitch.
Or, no, I just came out of a relationship. I really should be single and just have a bit of fun. Be honest. There is nothing wrong with having...
Baby girl, you old and bitter. You had your fun, huh?
Fun. And there is nothing wrong with wanting something serious. What is wrong is lying about it. Or... using those...
I love it when a woman tells her bop lore. You can tell she's just racking her brain of all the chats that have fed her all this.
One-liners to make yourself to still have arm's reach of the girl or guy and keep them around without any pure intention. That's the fault in that. Be smart out there, people.
Be smart out there while you're out there being stupid.
Stupid.
Come on now, bro. It's the blind leading the freaking blind. This woman ain't got a clue what she's talking about trying to help these other women. Here's how you help these women. Get off of TikTok. Stop giving them bad advice, please, for the love of J-O-D. For the love... Goodness gracious. Goodness gracious.
32.
Are you sick?
I'm not supposed to ask a woman her age.
What makes you say that?
But I don't know. It's the rules.
Are you single?
I am.
Why do you think
Shocker.
You're single at 32?
Honestly, because I am independent and I do take care of myself. So I separate my...
Stupid.
myself from others, and the fact of that, like, you have to be respectful and you have to come with a different level of like energy and maturity.
Those little kids, it's like, and I do, and I see, and I am, I'm respectful. And that's what this sounds like to me.
And to be honest, especially in this city, these men are not mature.
So what problems are you running into with the men that you date in Charlotte?
Honestly, I don't really date a whole lot of men in Charlotte, to be honest. I'm really, like, I like cities, but I don't really like city boys. So there's a problem there because most of these boys are city boys. I need more like a country man or something.
So do you think that most men are going for...
Wants a country man straight, dressed like a streetwalker. Whole thigh out, Chucky cleavage out, chesticle out, sternum to the world.
Independent woman like yourself, or do they want a dependent woman?
I think they want a traditional woman. I think they want somebody that's gonna like really love them up and help them through the hard times and cook and clean and do all those things.
But being that you've come this far on your own, do you think that makes you easier to date or harder?
Harder to date.
Why so?
Because I do all those things, but I also kind of take the man role as well. I have 5 older brothers, so I was just raised in the environment of like when
this is something that I hate when women use their past and say, "Oh, I was raised with a bunch of older brothers, so the next man that's going to have to be with me is going to have to be really alpha." It's like, bro, I'm just going to avoid you. Like, it's not all this trauma and all the past stuff that you got. You need to handle that like an adult and come to me as a feminine woman. It's just like, bro. So many women think that a man has to earn a woman's femininity. Like, chat, put a 1 in the chat if you agree. As a man, we shouldn't have to earn a woman's femininity. Just like a woman shouldn't have to earn a man's masculinity. Bro, why? You know how stupid we would look like as guys? We'd be like, well, you know, until she really submits to me, I'm really not going to be a man. You know, like, I'm not going to be him. I'm not going to protect. I'm not going to try to provide. I'm not going to watch out for her. But, you know, if she steps up and is really feminine, then I'll step into my masculine. It's not a light switch. You're either feminine as a woman and masculine as a man, or you're just not, bro.
a man comes into your life, they got to be ready and willing to do all the things a man does. And I just feel like for me, I don't really deal with a lot of bullshit. So it's just one of those things where you have to bring, you know, a different type of energy to the relationship.
Here we go again.
Another good Lord, you got to bring all this to a woman that's already been pre-bucked. That's what men get. You know, used cars with a ton of mileage that want new sticker prices. It's crazy work, bro. I really do feel bad for the younger guys that are in the dating market now, because it's bad right now, dude. It is so bad. It is not good. And I don't know if it's getting any better, bro. Because like a lot of these women, as they get older, their standards get so much higher.
It does absolutely baffle me that people still think the absolute worst thing that can happen to you is for you to stay single and perhaps be single for the rest of your life.
What's so funny to me is that these women always talk about it online. If it was something that didn't matter, you wouldn't talk about it, dude. That's why I don't talk about photosynthesis a lot. Because it doesn't really affect my life. You gassing this whole subject up and talking about being single is pure proof that it does matter to you. And you just look dumb when you say it's not, but then you're talking about it.
You stupid.
I don't talk about mitochondria and photosynthesis because that stuff doesn't matter to me.
It is absolute madness to me, and that's how people end up in really shitty and stay in these really shitty relationships, because you're so fucking scared of staying in your own company that you can't fathom that you could still have a happy, fulfilling life. It is absolutely crazy to me. It really is. Do I want to be in a relationship? Of course I do.
Of course she does.
Am I open to the right connection? Yes. Am I possibly chatting to somebody now? Mind your business. But
am I desperate? Yes.
Shots fired! The point is, regardless of whether or not potential connections work out, I'm gonna be absolutely fine. And I think everybody should get to that place. Everybody should feel so comfortable in their own company that having a relationship and being with someone else is an addition, not the whole fucking thing.
Bro, the level of envy she is exuding right now. Baby girl, just say you're peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah, so that's my rant. Have a good one.
Ah, thanks. Ha ha ha. Good lord, I guess her uncle's a dentist. More teeth in her head than one of those freaking sharks on the what is it, a Nemo or something like that? You know what I'm talking about? But look, did you have a good time today? That's what I'm talking about. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. It was good to have you guys out, man. Until next time. Peace.